Hi guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be making a curtain for a small window we have inside of our living room. That's just kind of a bug because when we're watching TV, the sun's just kind of in our eyeballs. So I did buy two fabrics. I bought the blue fabric, that's going to be the main fabric, and I also bought this white blackout fabric to ensure that no light comes through the curtain once it's finished. So I didn't get an exact measurement of the window. I was just kind of playing around with the yardstick, and I decided to go with about a yard widthwise and a yard lengthwise for the fabric. So now I'm going ahead and just measuring it and then cutting it to the size that I chose, and I'm doing that to both the white fabric and the outer fabric. And can I just say, guys, that I'm not a professional, and I'm sure there's much better videos out there that'll teach you how to make a curtain and be a little more specific and more detailed. But, you know, I don't think it came out too bad. You guys will just have to wait till the end. Tell me what you think. So if there's anybody watching this who is trying to make a curtain, I just do suggest you wash your fabric before you sew anything, because fabric can shrink, and if you happen to wash it after you've made your project, it can ruin your project. So that's something that I didn't do that I probably should have done, but you know, I just was a little lazy and didn't want to take that extra step. So let's just hope I never have to wash my curtain, guys. Let's just hope it stays clean forever. Okay, anywho, back to the steps of making the curtain. So after I cut out my two pieces, I laid them together and pinned them together, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and just hem up all the edges. So I started with one of the sides, and I folded it in once, folded it in twice, made sure it's all pinned together even, and I'm just sewing down that edge now. So once you've done that to one side, you're going to go ahead to the other side and fold it in once, fold it in twice, and sew down that side as well. And just like that, we have both of our sides all sewn up. And we just have to do the same for the bottom, and for the top, it's going to be a little bit different. So the reason the top's going to be different is because I want to add these rings in. So I do need like a wider hem in order to put the rings in on the top. So the top isn't going to be that different than the sides. You are going to go ahead and fold it once, and then I'm going ahead and pinning that really quick just so it doesn't shift. And then for that second fold, you're just going to make that second fold wider, so that way you have enough space for the loops. And I think I did about like 3 inches or so wide. So I could have made it a little bit easier on me by folding the first fold and sewing that down, and then folding it over the second time and then sewing that down. But I didn't want to do that because then I would end up with 2 sewn lines through the top of it, and it just doesn't look as clean. So that's why I was stuck here forever, just repinning everything just so that way I can sew it all at one time. Finally, many minutes later, after you finish that, you can go ahead and sew that into place. Now, if you were planning on just using a regular curtain rod, that would absolutely work for the same thing I'm doing here as well, because once I finish sewing that part, you should be left with a little pocket right there on each end that you could just stick the rod through. Now, before I got started on adding the rings, I just went ahead and pinned up the bottom really quick so I can sew that into place. Let me tell you, that was a pain in the butt because of the fabric. That blue fabric I chose was just a very smooth, silky fabric that it was just shifting so much. It was very frustrating. Let's watch me have a tantrum, shall we? No, how far back? Ugh. Are you kidding me? Oh, this whole time. So in that last scene, my bobbin ran out of thread. So everything I thought I was sewing was not sewing. And all my folds and everything I had pinned together kind of just unfolded and came apart. So I had to redo it. But anyways, after all that drama, I'm on the last step now. I just have to get the little rings on. So just kind of measuring those, spacing them out, see where I want them. And then I just have to put those in. Let me tell you guys, I was so scared to do this part because I knew I had to cut the fabric. And I was like, I've never done this before. I have to cut the fabric. And if I cut something wrong, like, that's it. The whole curtain's trash. Like, it's just done. Everything I did was for nothing. So I was nervous. But, you know, you'll see how it goes. Okay, so 2 down. Not so bad. Not so bad.
Walmart. How you do at Walmart? How you do at Walmart, Mama?
In Walmart?
Yes.
Okay, you tell Papa when Papa gets here that you want to go to Walmart, okay? Hey, Papa, we gotta go to Walmart. For what? I'm not really sure, but you really have to go.
At Walmart.
Yeah, you tell Papa, okay? So, as you can see, these things were really hard, man. Like, some of them were kind of easy, and a few of those things just did not want to click together. So, I kind of had to use my foot, you know, like improvising. And finally done. Now I just have to put it up on the window. No, get off. Hey, get off. Oh, no, bad idea. Get down. Got me my own personal handyman to help me get it up there. out my little floppy curtain. Oh Lord. So seeing it all done, I mean, there's like a couple things that I can see that I would do differently. I would have definitely made it wider. So you kind of can't see the tape, you know? And I would have definitely listened to the box with the rings. And I would have put the rings a lot closer to the edge. But, you know, it does the job. It's keeping the light out. I'm happy with it. If you made it to the end, guys, thank you. And I hope I didn't bore you too much.